So my name is Gabrielle Hibbert, and I'm a current master's student in Sustainable International Development and Business Management at Brandeis University. I combine my research focus on blockchain use cases for alternative models of development and policy. Right now, I am working on bootstrapping the College of William and Mary Blockchain Lab and helping to further research areas into not just supply chain, but nuclear warheads, as well as Ethereum smart contracts and other areas that we are hoping to go into.
Awesome. Wow. You don't hear nuclear warhead too often. That's something to stop everybody in their tracks. Like, what?
We have a
Okay,
lot
girl.
of
Wow. Awesome. So you're definitely going to be a name that we're going to be knowing for a while.
hopefully. We have a lot of interesting research at the lab. So
Yes, good. I'm so happy to have connected with you. I do have a series of questions. So the first question is, how or why did you get into blockchain?
I always like that question. So I feel like it's a two-part response for me.
Okay.
When I was younger, I wanted to be a scientist. That was my one goal. And throughout my education, I strayed a little bit from that and did stuff within foreign languages, learned how to translate, and then starting in my first semester of my master's program, I discovered blockchain, and it kind of opened up that recessed scientist in the back of my mind. And I thought, how could I incorporate blockchain into international and foreign affairs? And I decided to go down that route, and it's been eye-opening and almost similar to, being in policy. It's a varying field, and I love variety.
Nice, nice. Are you seeing a difference in how other countries or governments view blockchain versus how we in the US view blockchain?
Mhm. Yes, definitely. So my research over last summer, we actually looked at the regulatory environment of blockchain and also cryptocurrencies. And there is a wide range of regulations regarding, blockchain and crypto being regarded as illegal or illegal or flat out just in this gray space where the international and national jurisdiction just doesn't know where to put it.
Hmm.
So it's an interesting case that is, like I said before, constantly evolving.
Yeah, yeah. So what does blockchain mean to you?
Yes. So it means freedom in my research for me. I
Hmm.
think that something that pulls me as a both a social science researcher
Hmm.
and just someone who is science curious, it allows me to both explore research questions within international relations and policy in a different framework with a different set of questions.
Hmm.
There are a lot of just open ideas and questions within the international policy space that haven't been explored yet. And what I hope to do with my research is explore those questions
Hmm.
with things such as Ethereum smart contracts
Hmm.
or things that may be a little bit outside of the foreign policy sector.
Hmm. Now, I know that each company and government are looking at blockchain and they're all thinking about building their own centralized version of what we know today.
Mhm.
Um, so what is your thought process on that?
I think that that's great for adoption purposes. I think we are all, at least in the blockchain space, waiting for blockchain to kind of take off a little bit more than our more than it is in our kind of niche community.
Yes.
And I think from a foreign policy perspective, that is also great because that can usher in use cases such as self-sovereign identity
Mhm.
and look at cases for supply chain management in international aid allocation. So
Mhm.
I think that's perfect. I think that's great.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's good that you mentioned supply chain. I was just speaking to Lisa, and she's Haitian. So
Mhm.
a while ago, Haiti went through the hurricane, and she was mentioning how within the US, they raise a lot of money. And unfortunately, the allocation of that money, it was not, there was no accountability, right? And
Mhm.
so, there's a lot of people that are disappointed in that. So, she was hoping that we get to a place where we can use blockchain to trace situations like that, where money
Mhm.
are being sent to countries that need it and making sure that the individuals who have access to that money are allocating it the way that they're supposed to allocate it. So I think for policy related, um, the use cases, I think that's a great idea, especially for the supply chain check, making sure everything works the way it's supposed to work. um,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. So, how do you see blockchain improving the Black community slash African diaspora?
Yes. So I believe that it can give our community access to equity and autonomy that we have, historically, that those two things have been taken from us in varying capacities. And one use case that I really love to talk about is, using crypto wallets or even just the infrastructure of blockchain itself to mark the work of artists or
Mm-hmm.
marking the land tenure of nations within Africa or the Caribbean, and just saying that this is our whatever it's land or an
Mm-hmm.
art piece or
Mm-hmm.
something made by our community
Mm-hmm.
that could really help us establish that equity and autonomy that has been taken from us.
Yes, yes, I love it. I love it. So what are you working on right now?
Yes. So right now I am kind of eyebrows deep in bootstrapping the College of William and Mary Blockchain Lab. We are in the process of acquiring fundraisers, sponsors, and looking for just more research to do. We are an academic institution, and we hope to grow alongside other research labs. And outside of the blockchain lab, I am also getting ready to graduate from my master's program. So I am,
Congrats.
thank you. I am furiously typing away on my own master's capstone, which is also blockchain related as well.
Nice, 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 nice. Wow, I'm really impressed by the work that you're doing, the research, and your involvement in this space. And I think having people, Black women, in every aspect of
Mhm.
blockchain is very important, right? You're working on policies. I have other people who are tutoring
Mhm.
people, introducing them to cryptocurrencies and how to onboard that way. And then other people who are in the tech field as well, and they're building their own
Yeah.
blockchain projects. So we're everywhere. We're doing everything, and
Mhm.
I love being surrounded by people that look like me. And that's the beauty of this, is showing representation, that we're
Mhm.
out there, that we're doing a lot of stuff, and it's not all cookie cutter. We're
Yeah.
coming with varieties here.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's so wonderful to meet someone with your depth of knowledge and your involvement in the research aspect of how blockchain can change a lot of things. And I'm looking forward to reading your work and seeing what you come up with. So can you please let the viewers know how they can get in contact with you, your social media handles?
Yes, definitely. So I will say that most of where I post is LinkedIn. You can follow me or just see where my research is through there. It's Gabrielle Hibbert, nothing special there. I am working on creating my own website where I will be featuring the rest of my research.